Hillary.
There's 5 people waiting to watch this, folks.
You say there is people waiting? 5 people waiting to watch it? Okay. Welcome the 5 members of public. Mm-hmm.
It just went live now.
Okay.
Yep. So it did turn 4 o'clock.
5 people waiting to watch it.
And welcome everyone to the first Lambton Shores video meeting. I will call this meeting to order. We do have a full quorum. Everyone, I believe, except Councillor Dodge is connected, and we can see everyone, and we have staff members present. So I will, first order of business is ask if there's any declaration of pecuniary interests. If no one speaks up, I will go that I don't see anybody trying to get my attention that they have a pecuniary interest. So we will, if there is, you can make a comment and file appropriate papers with Stephanie. So seeing that, item number 3 is approval of the agenda. Can I have a mover and a seconder for the agenda? I see Councillor Scott and Councillor Wilcox will second that. Is that working okay? Can people see that? Is there any anyone opposed to approving the agenda? We did our county council meeting this morning, and we've kind of come to the conclusion that if we ask for people opposed, it's easier than getting a roll call to see who's all in favor. So I'm going to do that. If everyone is in the affirmative, I will declare that vote carried for the agenda. And item number 4, consideration of staff reports. For the staff report, and we have clerk's report 07/2020 to amendment of the procedure bylaw 14. And there is a recommendation that this report regarding the amendment be received, and that bylaw 13 of 2020 being a bylaw to amend bylaw 14 permit electronic meetings during the period of emergency be approved. And that bylaw 13 be read a first, second, and third time, passed and signed by the mayor and clerk. Can I have a mover and a seconder for that recommendation? And then I'll ask.
So moved.
Second.
Councillor Sageman and seconded by Councillor McGuire.
Okay.
I did see your hands up. Any questions regarding that? Questions or comments regarding that procedure bylaw amendment? Seeing that, anyone opposed to passing that bylaw and giving 3 readings to the amending procedure bylaw?
Just sorry, Mr. Mayor, just a question. If you're going to go that route, should that be part of your amended agenda, or amended that you're going to go ask for negative vote as opposed to ask for positive vote on the motions going forward?
I guess I would ask the clerk, how do we work with that? Is there something that can be said in the procedure? Because it does refer back to. It's a problem.
Okay.
I can see everybody, so I have no problem if you call for 4 and for yays and nays, we can, yeah.
Okay.
So Stephanie can see us all. So if that is the case, we could raise our hands. I could ask all in favor and we could raise our hands. And then just keep them up there for a minute so that we make sure that everybody is in favor. So let's try that. We can see everyone. So all in favor of 4.1, the recommendation for procedure bylaw, read 3 times. Okay, those opposed? There is none opposed.
So
That
question
is
about
carried.
the agenda, Mr. Mayor?
We have
Question about the
item
agenda, we
4.2
accepted it.
is the treasury report of 09-2020 dealing with council and committee remuneration. And there's a recommendation there regarding that be received. I believe this was a requirement that it supposed to be made public before the end of March.
I will
We
move that.
almost made it there, but special circumstances.
I'll second it.
Deputy Mayor Cook, you'll move that report,
Yes.
And I'll second it, Your
seconded
Worship.
by Councillor Wilcox. Any comments or questions regarding that report? It was up in our agenda package. Seeing no questions or comments, I see a show of hands, all in favor of that report. Those opposed? I believe that's carried. Thank you. Item number 4.3 is the Treasurer's Report 10, divesting property from unsuccessful tax sale. And I'll read the recommendation that regarding the vesting property located at George Street in Forest, known by roll number 3845 380 030 03305 0000 be received, and that staff be authorized to vest the property identified in roll number, and I'm not going to read the number again, to write off withstanding taxes. Is there a mover and a seconder for that report?
I'll move that.
I see Councillor Sageman and Councillor McGuire. I see another seconder at the top. Any questions regarding that?
I have a question. It's Doug.
Councillor,
Does this become the
Deputy
property
Mayor
of
Cook,
Lambton Shores now?
can't hear you for some reason.
Sorry. This is our property that we own now. Will we become the owners of
I
this
know why
property?
we can't hear you. I got my microphone turned down. Go ahead.
Okay. Will this become the property of Lambton Shores now when we divest this, or how does it happen?
Through you, Your Worship, if I can answer that.
Yes.
Yes, basically the property is still in the former owner's name. The tax sale that we did was unsuccessful, no tenders. So it is still in that property's name, but once I get council direction, the vesting will change it into Lambton Shores' name.
So a follow up to that, Mr. Mayor, if I can.
Go ahead.
Does the property abut anything that we would be useful with, or are we still going to be trying to sell this property at a certain time?
Through you, Your Worship, we were going to maintain it. As you can see from the picture, our trail does go alongside it. And Steve may have further information on a drainage outlet that we've just realized that we'll need this property for. So we won't maintain ownership.
Okay.
Your Worship, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yep.
Yes.
So yeah, the railroad drain that we had in our budget this year actually outlets onto that property. So part of the project was to rebuild the outlet, so it would be good if we own that property.
Okay. Any other comments regarding 4.3? Seeing no other comments, going to call the question. Can we see a show of hands to approve 4.3 vesting of property?
What to do?
Those opposed? That is carried. Thank you. Item 4.4 is report regarding mobile food and restaurant equipment bylaw exemption. There's a recommendation that temporary measures due to COVID-19 pandemic, that bylaw 38 be received, and that staff is authorized to process mobile food and refreshment service equipment applications based on 2019 county community health service inspections. Is there a mover and a seconder for this?
I'll move.
I'll second that.
You got who that was? I didn't get that. So, okay, that's been moved and seconded. Any questions? Any clarification required by anyone?
Okay, it's Doug. I have a question. How many do we currently have that we're working with right now? And would we all be renewing every one of these ones exclusively?
Through you, your worship, if I could answer that.
Please.
Okay, it's Lawrence. Doug, we currently have 2 of our traditional food vendors that have asked for this special compensation to open a little bit earlier than normal. Nobody else other than the 2 approached us.
Okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Councillor Dodge. I see you have just joined us. Sorry for the connection, but good to see you.
He's muted. He needs to unmute.
Any other
There he is.
questions? Yeah, just for Councillor Dodge, we're at the mobile food refreshment equipment bylaw. We have a mover and a seconder on it. If there's any comments, I'm going to, if there's no other comments, I'm going to call the question and ask for a show of hands. Seeing no other questions, all in favor of 4.4? Opposed? That is carried. Thank you. We have one more bylaw, or item number 5.1 is bylaw 14, which is a confirming bylaw. And I believe that is Councillor Dodge's usual motion dealing with bylaws. Would you, Councillor Dodge, move that? Do we have a seconder for that? Councillor Sageman. Bylaw 14 be read the first, second, and third time and passed and signed by the mayor and clerk. Any questions regarding that? I would ask again for a show of hands in favor of that bylaw. Opposed? I believe that is carried. Thank you for that. That is all that we have for the open session of our meeting today. We will schedule meetings going forward, and I believe this has worked okay for us. We do have a closed section under the Municipal Act to discuss personnel matters about identifiable individuals, including municipal and local board employees, and advice that is subject to client or solicitor client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose. So at this time, we will be, I would ask for a motion, I guess, first to go into camera, and then we would ask that the live streaming will be discontinued. We'll only be coming back at the end of, or we won't be becoming live again at the end. The only other item on our agenda is adjournment. So moved by Councillor Scott, seconded by Deputy Mayor Cook, that we go into camera. See a show of hands regarding that. And that is all those opposed. That is carried. So at this time, thanks to all that have joined us by live stream, and see you again next time.